Hello and welcome. My name is Danielle Stimpson. Welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I hope you're doing well and staying cool. Hold on one moment. I'm just going to fix my light here. Sorry about that. If you are new here, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to make any request for your personal well-being. We're going to get things started off by building a beautiful crystal grid exactly to all of your requests. If you are watching this, oh hi honey. If you are watching this as a video replay, if you want to skip ahead to just the Reiki, start looking at about the 1 hour mark or where the lights begin to shift, and you can begin your journey there. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back. It's so good to see you again, and thank you for your ongoing support. If you want to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or if you want to shop my crystal collection, go ahead over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. And we've got two very rambunctious kitties very excited to have me sitting down and doing Reiki again today. Ah, good stuff. So yeah, good to see everybody. And let's go ahead over, sorry about that. Let's go ahead over and take a peek at the grid and start building. Oh, you want to come up? Oh, we might have a Katie. Come on up. And you're like, no, maybe, I don't know. Oh, Miss Hattie. Oh, Miss Hattie Bumpkins. Yeah, there you go. Okay, you can have my lap, absolutely. Or not, whatever you want. You're a good girl. Okay, good stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead, head over to that grid, and Lionsgate Portal, we can talk about that in just a sec. Awesome. So let me just line this up. Here we go. So I mentioned this a little bit in the last stream. So the Lionsgate Portal is a very new thing. It's not something in any kind of classic astrology or spiritual practices that I'm aware of or have been able to find. And I have learned all the stuff that I've learned more from like the really old kind of classic books. That doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. It doesn't mean that it's not powerful. Even if a bunch of people come together and agree that something is powerful, guess what? It's powerful. So it's absolutely a thing. It's just not a thing that I'm aware of because it's very much a new thing. Now the Lionsgate Portal, from what I've read about, and there seems to be quite a bit of different information, a lot of it has to do with getting in alignment for our soul's purpose. So we can definitely support that. So let's also, do you want to do anything for it? It seems like a good time to like write down any intentions. Oh, hang on one moment. Seems like a good time to write down any particular goals, intentions, and also I would say a lot of it was about manifesting and seeing the things you want to bring in. I would say it might also be a good time to think about the things you want to let go of to make room in your life for those things. But either one could be appropriate. Kind of go with the flow on it, see how it feels for you. So let's go ahead. I did see, and if you have anything else to share about how you've worked with the Lionsgate Portal, how you like celebrate it or recognize it, I'm super open to learning. But I did see that one of the more common suggested stones to work with it is tiger eye. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in some tiger eye to start us out. Tiger's eye is so beautiful. Hey, you want to see? It has been licked by a cat, so maybe that's the Lionsgate Portal blessing that we were looking for. Okay, good stuff. I have so much tiger eye because who wouldn't? And there goes Kitty. So here is tiger eye. Tiger Eye is a wonderful stone for getting the big picture, being able to see everything all together. It helps with things like research and study and big time planning. It's often linked with entrepreneurship or just sort of even brainstorming, like thinking big, but also helps with bolstering courage. It helps to ward off things like jealousy and envy. And it's definitely a stone I would consider giving someone that might be opening a business or working on a business plan. It's that kind of big thinking. So it's also highly, highly protective. All of this is tiger eye, golden tiger eye specifically. So let's go ahead and put some stones around to start the grid. Awesome. So there we go. We have that as a nice harmonizing start to things. And we can add some more towards the end when we see how much room we have left too. And let's see. Cool. Ah, yes. So, Patty, you've seen a bunch of very different sources claiming a big manifestation period is supposed to be getting ready to begin. Hey, Morgan Brindley, good to see you. Fiat Luna, Stella, I hope you both are doing well. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, that's generally what I've seen is a big manifestation, and especially in alignment with soul's purpose and like big goals and big things that you're working towards. So definitely manifesting, and also like I just kind of manifest slightly differently than other folks. I kind of, in addition to asking for what I need, I also look for creating room in my life to bring that in and releasing things I no longer need. I try to like hold space for both in equal measure, but there's as many ways to do something, spiritually speaking, as there are people to do it. So it's absolutely fine any way that you do it. We can definitely use a lot of manifestation stones like we did in the 4 o'clock too. And anytime that a lot of people get together and work in tandem and like make something special, it works. That's communal chi. That's just like what helps this to work. So absolutely, absolutely does work. Hey, Paul. Hope you're doing well. Oh, gotcha. Absolutely. Okay. Cool. So let's dive on in. Oh, you sent a link with the Lionsgate portal. I'm sorry. I saw that you had written something about it and there was nothing there. The YouTube will strip out links. I have to have it set that way because otherwise people will come in and put links to not helpful things. And let's leave it at that. I'm not worried about you all putting links in. I'm worried about like spammers putting links in. So yeah, I'm so sorry I didn't see that. Thank you for sending it. Okay, cool. Let's see. Jennifer Vatsa, I literally just started working on a portal painting. I started in June. It's going to be rad for scrying. Yes, it does sound like that. You have crystals in it too. Awesome. Okay, cool. So let me just ooh, that's really cool. I'm learning all kinds of new stuff. Nice. So let's start with some of Chris's requests. So rose quartz, carnelian, garnet, green aventurine. And definitely if we want to do crystals for the Lionsgate portal, let's do some manifesting stones. The biggest ones I would say are Herkimer for sure. Okay, let's bring in Herkimer for certain. This is a very helpful manifester anytime, any day, anytime, any way, but especially now. This helps with not only manifesting, but connecting to spirit, so spirit can hear what you're requesting, and also you can hear spirit responding like, it's right there, or dream bigger, or any of those kinds of things. It's also great for relaxation and being in the present moment, which is so important anytime we're manifesting. This way we're not just always looking forward. We get to ground in the present and enjoy all the things that we have manifested in the past and where we are with them. It also helps with balancing metabolism, opening intuition, balancing disharmonious energies, and also wonderful for relaxation too. So let's bring that in. So that is Herkimer. And let's bring in some also Bumblebee Jasper. This is one that helps with manifesting. It greatly empowers manifestation. Careful with this one, it does have arsenic and high amounts of sulfur in it. But this is energy, vitality, decision making, and just mental focus to a high degree. This is one that gets you excited to sink your teeth into something and to start working on it. It's a lot of positivity too, a lot of confidence, a lot of motivation if you feel like you've been struggling for motivation. And it helps with especially group work, but either way it'll help enliven and get everyone like ready to just dive in and get to work on something. It helps to balance yin and yang energy, and most importantly, it greatly empowers manifestations of any kind. So this is Bumblebee Jasper. So we'll put that right in the center because that seems important tonight. So let's go ahead and add some garnet. This helps with finding the best way to get things done. It's creativity, courage, and practicality. It's what you would think of a Capricorn in a sense. This is if you're looking to make more time in your life or to get more done and be more productive, this is a wonderful stone. It'll really help break down the rut that you might be in so that you can see brand new ways of doing things and getting things together. It's also very stabilizing in times of intense change, so that can be helpful. And if you're manifesting change, that's a good thing to have, is stability. Go. Aventurine helps with recognizing our potential and seeing ourselves and the growth that we've created in ourselves, to see that we are capable of more than we might think we are. It also helps with allergies, heart rhythms, and eye problems. It's also really, really helpful for learning things that you think might be beyond your capacity. If you're someone who says, oh, I just can't do tech stuff. Oh, I just can't learn a foreign language. That's too hard. Aventurine will encourage you to say, don't think so low of yourself. You can probably do more than you think. So let's try. So let's bring that in. Carnelian is the relationship stone. This has everything to do with the sacral chakra, which is creativity, sexuality, fertility, relationships, attracting love, not just romantic relationships, but all of your relationships as well. It helps also with healing wounds and with colds and allergies. So we'll go ahead and bring that in. Okay. I'm going to keep going too. Gotcha. Sugilite, good call. I'll absolutely bring in Sugilite. Catherine, the passionate unicorn. Lots of love to both of you. I will get to everybody's requests. It's also Chiron and Venus in retrograde. That absolutely, holy buckets, all of those things. Yes, there is a lot of astrology happening right now. So let's just grab a few more. I'm going to get Chris's requests. I'm going to get a few more and then kind of sprinkle them in as we go. Let's bring in some rutilated. That can help with clarity. Clarity and focus are always good when manifesting. So rutilated is basically you have clear quartz and then you have these rutils or these lines that are included in there. And that's thought to focus and direct energy where it's most needed, including healing energy. So this has been a stone that's thought of as a very powerful gift to anyone who's going through cancer treatments, because it's the intention behind it being, I hope that this helps direct all of the treatments you're getting to where they'd be most effective. It's also helpful to boost energy, like physical energy when you're very run down or very tired, but it helps with mental focus too. So rutilated quartz, and got Herkimer. Let's definitely do some moonstone, because we are coming up to one heck of a powerful full moon too. It's going to be on the 1st of the month, and this one's all about the justice. All about the justice. So moonstone helps with our connection to not only the moon, but all the rhythms and patterns and cycles of nature. As the moon does control the tides and we are mostly made of water, the moon has a massive effect on us, much more than we usually give it credit for. This also helps with attracting love, as well as accepting divine timing and connection with the divine feminine, with women's health, with women's safety and protection. It also helps with protection during travel, intuition, and connection to wisdom and knowledge, especially wisdom and spiritual knowledge that are on the older side. Like if you're learning really arcane wisdom and things, that can be a really helpful stone. So here we go. Folks often ask me, like, what are some stones I can have nearby to help me learn things like astrology? And I'm like, aventurine and moonstone for sure. So this is both of them together. I'm just going to put that on top of the moonstone. There we go. Awesome. And I will keep coming back to your requests, Chris, for sure. And then new beginnings, possibilities, and some help with carpal tunnel. We can do that. And it sounds like new beginnings and possibilities, not only have they been coming up in the tarot readings I'm doing for everyone, but my goodness, everyone's requests here too. So let's do that. Let's see. New beginnings and possibilities. We'll start with some picture jasper. This helps with really opening up your vision to see the possibilities of the future and really not be pigeonholed into experiences of the past, but broadly embracing possibilities. This helps with envisioning that potential, seeing the big picture, much like Tiger Eye can help with. It's also great for new ventures and adventures, as well as like removing hidden fears that might be in your way. If you're doing big moves or embracing life or travel with new cultures, this can be really helpful, but it definitely helps open up the possibilities as you're thinking about like what could be. This really supports that question. Let's also do there's a lot of good stones for carpal tunnel, but I keep feeling like let's go ahead with some mahogany obsidian for carpal tunnel. This one helps with releasing perfectionism and helps us to let go of feeling like we need our opinions, our work, our efforts, anything about us validated by others. It helps us to let go of that need for approval. It helps with definitely, like I said, carpal tunnel, but also skin healing as well as teeth and gums. This is one for meeting goals and a lot of vitality, a lot of strength, and releasing anger for sure. So it's a really lovely stone for lots of things. So as we're manifesting new opportunities, this is one that'll help us think of what's best for us, not based on what other people might think about it or what's so-and-so going to say about that. It'll help us break that up. And we'll also bring in some sunstone. This is a perfect stone for Lionsgate or even what you're asking for with new beginnings. This helps to greatly expand our vision of what is possible for ourselves. This is one that helps with fame, recognition, and luck. Recognition is very helpful if you're, say, applying for a lot of jobs, or if you're trying to move up in a company and get promoted. If you're promoting or marketing yourself or your business, this can help you get in front of people and be seen. It's great for also bringing in opportunities in business, whether it's promotion or just new opportunities work-wise. And it's helpful for working through phobias as well. So that's sunstone. I can't think of a better stone for Lionsgate from what I've read of it and what you requested. And yeah, let me know if there's anything else I can do to help, but I'm so glad to see you. All the best to you. Aqua Aura and Shungite for Morgan, absolutely. Okay, Aqua Aura is one that we have found really helpful for depression. I struggle with depression too, and like anything here, nothing is, I'm not the, eschew modern medicine. No, it absolutely works. But you know what? You can do that while you work with crystals and Reiki, and all these things can work harmoniously together. Aqua Aura is a clear quartz that has been processed through, or it's been put through a process using gold, giving it this blue color, and it's thought to be really helpful for things like depression. And those of us here who've worked with it and asked for it for support when we've needed it, we've found it to be really helpful. So I'm going to bring this in for you. So that's Aqua Aura. Lots of folks are like not big on the altered stones, and I totally get that. There's something to it for sure. Shungite is a wonderful stone of kind of purging energy that we just no longer need. It helps to release emotional pain as well as stress, and it helps to break up energetic blockages. It also is wonderful for recovery and repair of any injuries or any surgeries that you might have had. Additionally, if you tend to be sensitive to electromagnetic fields, this is the stone for you. So that is Shungite. And it's good to see you again, Morgan. I used a stone. You can't recall the name. It's supposed to be working with past lives, lifts familiar curses, etc. Absolutely. Oh, and what are howlite and serpentine used for? All awesome questions. So, howlite and serpentine, I will absolutely get to those in a moment. Working with past lives, familiar curses, gotcha. There's a couple of stones that are good for things like this. So the first is Lemurian quartz. This is wonderful for past life healing, like powerful for past life healing. It helps you to learn about yourself while you're going through the healing process as well, which is an incredibly empowering gift to learn about ourselves. But this is great for releasing past emotional pain, whether it's childhood in this life or in past lives. Oftentimes the two are linked, and you don't have to be able to remember or visualize your past lives in order for this stone to work. It's also great for like childhood stuff in general. So that is Lemurian quartz. I'm gonna just put 2 of these in because I don't know how crowded we will get today. Let's see. Let's do that. We'll also bring in Kambaba stone. Kambaba stone helps with connection to the ancestors and any ancestral lands that your ancestors were on. Oh, hello. Hello, Hattie. Oh, you're giving me kisses. That's very sweet. Here, you want to say hi? Oh, you've got the purrs. You brought your purrs. Thank you. So Kambaba stone is actually... Oh, Hattie's wanting to play with stones. You want to play? Play with stones. So Kambaba stone is actually, yes, it's a stone, but it started off in life as blue-green algae. This is fossilized blue-green algae. This, like I was saying, it helps us to connect to ancestral lands. It helps us to connect to the environment as well. It also helps improve crop yield. But here we're talking more about our connection to ancestors. So it helps with that connection to the ancestral beings, as well as connection to the home, the ancestral place that you may come from as well. So this is a very strong ancestral connection stone. It can also help, like I said, with environmental issues, and it brings a lot of courage and confidence, especially when you're learning another language. So that's really a special stone there. And last but not least, I will bring in black onyx for that. Black onyx helps with protection, self-esteem, and releasing self-doubt. Definitely connection with the ancestors and moving through grief. This is one that can also help with grounding fear and anxiety. And it's one that the Victorians absolutely loved black onyx because, you know, mourning jewelry was a thing. So you'll find this around. But this is a very powerful stone if you really work with it intentionally for you to connect with your ancestors and do healing work. You're so welcome. Cool. So howlite and serpentine. Good questions. So let's put this black onyx in there. So howlite is, on a physical level, it's wonderful for bones and joints. And I use it for bone density issues personally. I have osteopenia, which is like a precursor to osteoporosis. It's like less severe osteoporosis. And so this is one of the stones I work with, in addition to taking supplements and weight-bearing exercises and all the other things that are helpful. And on a spiritual level, this is excellent for anger, resentment, and frustration. It takes the bite out of those really intense emotions so that you can get some room in that volatility to think about the best way to handle things. And if it's something you can't change, it can also just help you with those really uncomfortable emotions in the meantime. But yeah, this is great for it's great for the joints as well, whether it's just sort of achy joints or joint injury. It can really help with joint pain and joint healing. And serpentine does quite a bit. It's a really fascinating stone. Serpentine is helpful for, there we go. Serpentine is helpful for blood sugar things, especially whether it's diabetes or hypoglycemia, whichever side of the spectrum it might be on, it's helpful for that. It's also great for calcium and magnesium deficiencies, or so it's thought. So both this and howlite would together be really good for bones, potentially. It's great for dementia, muscle weakness, trance meditation, and rashes. So it's a lot of different kind of seemingly disjointed things, but they actually do come under the same kind of umbrella here with serpentine. This serpentine came from Jennifer Vatsa, and if you look up Belladonna's Botanicals, you can Google that. You can find Jennifer Vatsa's shop, and she is having a bit of a moving sale right now, so I think you should get on that if you want to get some serpentine or some other cool stones. Our selections of stones are very different, and Jen has a ton more other things besides stones that are just, you need to see them. They're amazing. So, yeah, there we go. So I hope that helps. Leopard skin jasper, absolutely. Leopard skin jasper, labradorite. Gotcha. So leopard skin jasper is our stone for healing our animal companions. It's also a really potent stone of attracting love and connecting with our animal guides. And so that's a really powerful tool for that too. This helps with anything impacting the skin as well as coordination and balance. So that's leopard skin jasper. Ooh. Actually just did get in some little tiny tumbles, not tiny, but small tumbles of, sorry, I'm gonna move these over here. I did just get in some tumbles of leopard skin jasper that will be on the website soon. Go. And next we'll have labradorite. Labradorite is very closely related to moonstone, and it's wonderful for, it's another stone that's great for research and study alongside our good friend tiger eye. And it's also incredibly helpful for sleep. Labradorite helps us to connect visually to spirit, so that's called clairvoyance. It's great for detailed attention to things and even finding errors in a lot of information or in a lot of different, and like anytime you're looking for one thing that's wrong in a whole myriad of data or items or anything like that, this is a stone for you for sure. It also helps with bringing harmony in the workplace. So this can be a helpful stone too. So let's go ahead and place that around. It's a particularly beautiful stone. It has a lot of vibrance, and in the right light and at the right angle, you can see all different kinds of colors. Okay. Let's see, for Jen, creativity, soul integration, and healing. Love it. And you wanted sugilite, lemurian, which we got, moonstone, which we got, sunstone, which we got. I'll also get some integration stones. Let's see. Let's start with sugilite. This helps with collective consciousness and the reminder that we are all one, we are all interconnected. And this is one that helps with the concept of divine unity and the understanding that when we do good things for ourselves and heal ourselves, we heal everyone. And when we help others, we help ourselves. That we are all part of the same whole, and we are all divine manifestations of love and deeply connected to spirit. So that is Sujilite. I'm going to go ahead and place that here for now. Okay. And I'll think of some other integration-y stones. Let's see. The first one that kind of jumped up for me, and it does kind of make sense with a lot of what's going on with earth healing and what we're all living through right now with climate change, is green kyanite. So this helps the throat, chest, lungs, heart, the cardiopulmonary system. It's wonderful for that. It's also helpful for blending spiritual and the mundane. So as you do that spiritual healing of like soul retrieval, it helps on the mundane level of really helping those soul pieces integrate and become part of you. It also helps with wisdom through intuition and connecting to plants and nature spirits. So that is green kyanite. And so that is the one that intuitively jumped out for you. And a kitty is bored. So let's go ahead and place some of this in here. There we go. So all the best to you. Something for migraine, creativity, and writing. Absolutely. Absolutely, Catherine. So pink tourmaline and blue tiger eye. Pink tourmaline is wonderful for headache and migraine. It's also very helpful for hormone stuff, especially for women, but for everyone. This is an excellent stone for any kind of gynecological health issue that might be going on, from the really small kind of regular stuff to kind of bigger impact stuff too. It helps with mother-baby bonding and with muscle weakness. It also helps us to dispel negative self-image, and it's helpful for nerve pain as well. So that's quite a bit. Blue tiger eye is helpful for writing and speaking, and writing and speaking your truth particularly. This is, in addition to the calm and ease it brings, it does actually bring quite a bit of power and empowerment. It favors bold communication. It favors, definitely, like I said, speaking your truth. But anytime you might be thinking about like facts over feelings, or I'm telling the truth and that's inconvenient for people to hear, this is a particularly helpful stone. But anything having to do with writing, anytime I'm even writing copy for my website, I have blue tiger eye nearby. And I know it's a little hard to see it on the camera, but there we go. Yeah, blue tiger eye is beautiful. Let's do... Also sodalite, which could be easier to find if you're looking to work with it at home too. Creativity is also in carnelian. So I hope that helps, and all the best to you too. Oh, you just sent me the link to my phone. Thank you, Chris. Oh, good. That's the same link that I saw online. I'm so glad. Yeah, that seemed like the best choice for me too, as far as people to listen to. Oh, let's definitely bring in sodalite then. I was thinking about bringing in sodalite for Catherine, and this definitely has a link to that Lionsgate portal too. So this is another stone that helps with writing and really expression of creativity in every single way, whether it's written, spoken, performed, painted, crafted, whatever it is that you need to express and bring out through your throat chakra, this greatly empowers it. It's also a wonderful stone for homesickness and grounding impulses, as well as lots of things that have to do with aging and menopause too. So that's sodalite. So let's see where we want to add. Let's do, yeah, let's do that. Cool. Okay. And I will keep working these through. A lot of these are stones we usually use: citrine, lapis, bumblebee, kyanite. So I'll bring those in. We also need to bring in citrine because I know we're manifesting abundance, right? Yeah, absolutely. So let's bring this in. Citrine absolutely helps connect us to financial abundance and abundance of all of our basic needs and things that we have to get by. It's helpful for balancing logic with intuition, as well as fibromyalgia, helping with addictions and compulsions, and even nausea. So let's go ahead and bring this in. Super beautiful stone, very closely related to amethyst. The Passionate Unicorn, full recovery from post-concussion and nervous system issues. Gotcha. Successful new abundant career. Affirm that. There's a lot of us working in that. Yeah. And, oh, you're so welcome. That's really sweet. I appreciate that. So, post-concussion syndrome, so the brain and memory too, and the nervous system. So let's do... Epidote actually does both. It works with the nervous system and the brain, as well as Parkinson's. And this is Epidote, what this looks like. This is a stone that if you've ever struggled with how you speak to yourself and you want to speak to yourself more kindly and gently, Epidote can be very helpful for that as well as recovery from illness and injury. So this is pretty much the trifecta of everything that you asked for. But definitely, except for the career thing, I'll bring that in. But yeah, this is Epidote. E-P-I-D-O-T-E. Epidote is part of Unikite, which we use here quite a bit too. And successful new career. Definitely Sunstone is helpful with that. Also, lapis. In addition to moving up in your career and just up in life too, this can be a wonderful stone of deep communication, honesty, and follow through. This can be, it helps with things like disorganization, vertigo, which can happen with concussions, and hearing loss, and also with personal responsibility. It has a lot of meaning in regard to connection of moving up in career. And that can also mean moving up into a new career. And for successful new abundant career. So we've got the citrine. I'm also going to bring in support of you, as well as Fiad Luna, chrysocolla. This helps with encouraging you to follow your soul's purpose, and it aids with making decisions that will keep you on course with that. Also helps with finding new methods of creativity. So that can be really helpful for a lot of folks. That can be so impactful. When we find new ways to be creative, it helps us to connect with ourselves in a new way and really see what's lying beneath the surface of ourselves that we don't always get to see. So I hope that helps, and have a beautiful time tonight. Welcome back. And let's see, Patty would like some chalcopyrite, honey calcite, dragon's blood, septarian. Oh, we got the epidote, fuchsite, tree agate. Yeah. Let's bring in some petrified wood. Petrified wood is a tree that was a living tree and died, and slowly over time in the right circumstances was able to turn to stone. And this one even has some new crystals forming on it. This is a stone that helps us to see the power of transformation, and that the end is not the end is sometimes just the end of one thing and the beginning of another, much like the death card, things coming to a natural end and then beginning anew, and the connection of the death card and the Fool. So if you're into tarot, that might make sense to you. So that is petrified wood, fuchsite, septarian. Fuchsite is actually another one that helps with carpal tunnel, so this will be good for Fjord Luna too. This helps us with, and it'll be helpful for Jen too, with reintegrating. This is a stone that really strongly encourages play and self-care, particularly when we just get out of our own way and just play for the sake of having fun. It really helps us to reconnect with our most basic sense of self. It's also great for working with our inner child. It helps to, it also helps with spinal alignment and sleep disturbances, as well as, like I said, carpal tunnel. So we'll bring this in. So that is fuchsite. Tree agate and septarian. Septarian is great for muscles, muscle aches, muscle pains, muscle spasms, all of which apply to me. And I love working with this stone for that. It also helps with wound healing on the skin, especially things like sores and things like that. This can be really helpful. Emotionally, an incredible stone of healing. Very much empowers the solar plexus chakra, which is your sense of self and personal identity and what you want to do in life. But it also helps with deep emotional healing, understanding the beliefs and habits and attitudes that we have, so that we can really see where they came from and evaluate them properly. And it helps us to really get into the shadow of ourself, feeling a little bit vulnerable and really going to the root of what needs to be healed so that we can move forward. And also helps with identity crisis. There we go. And it's just great for emotional growth. Tree agate is wonderful for all aspects of physical health. This is sacred in Ayurveda, which is the sister science to yoga, and it's thought to rebalance, harmonize, and greatly pull together your energy field. The way that the energy moves through the body using a system called the Nadi, N-A-D-I in English. This is thought to balance and reharmonize the way that energy flows. No matter what your imbalances are, this is a great stone to bring you back together. And rainbow moonstone, opal, honey calcite. Opal, in addition to other things, this is a really protective stone, especially this was sacred to the shamans of many cultures. This is a stone that can really help with anytime you're doing spiritual work that is of the light, that is of good, that is healing. This helps you to not be seen by other entities that are doing not so good work, so that you essentially are very protected. So it's sort of like your invisibility cloak to do the good healing work. And we have rainbow moonstone, which is also goes by white labradorite. This is a high vibrational version of labradorite, and it helps us to connect to our spirit guides, our helpers, our higher self, but also to spirit in general, so that we can glean answers for others. It's a very intuitive stone and a very wise stone at that. So this can help us to glean answers and just be open as a channel. So that is rainbow moonstone. Okay. Honey calcite is wonderful for optimism, even in the worst of times, but of course in the best of times too. And it helps to call in the right people to connect with at this point in your life. So if you're moving, if you're starting a new job especially, but if you're looking to like call people into your life, this is one that helps find people that are a good match for you. It's very balancing between the solar plexus, which is your center of self, and the sacral, which is our center of relationships and how we relate to others. So this can be very beneficial for bringing in the right folks and helping us to recognize them when they show up. So we'll go ahead with that and with that. And Dragon's Blood, I'm going to look it up yet again because I still haven't written it down for myself. Because this is a stone that I just started working with, and I'm going to work with a little bit more this weekend. But yeah, so this is often called Dragon's Blood or Dragon Stone. You'll often hear as well Septarian kind of used with those terms. Septarian can kind of look like a dragon's egg when you have a big piece, but this one here with this like deep oxblood red and green running through it is what we're talking about. Ooh, other one. Great for thyroid, skin, hair, and nails. Helps to avoid dehydration, which is super key right now, and helps you relieve grief and loss in your life and see the beauty in things again. Dispels self-pity, helps you learn from mistakes, and also helps matters of finance and science. And that is from Philip Permut in The Crystal Healer Volume 2. Highly recommend. I have both of his like crystal books, and he's got other books too. I also have his Crystal Grids book. It's wonderful. So there we go. So we will put this in there. And thank you for igniting our interest in that stone too. And red tiger's eye and chalcopyrite. Red tiger eye is probably the most protective stone I have. It helps to protect against things like bullying as well as malevolent spiritual work. And it helps to manifest financial abundance in a hurry, which is never a bad thing. So we'll put that around. So we have red tiger eye, gold tiger eye, and blue tiger eye. So we are really representing tiger eye tonight. Chalcopyrite, which is this kind of gold in here. The clear is clear quartz. Chalcopyrite is wonderful for executive function and finding lost things. And I actually got this for the help with executive function. I struggle with that. And it's also helpful with a lot of things like embracing your soul's purpose, becoming who you are. It's a myriad of things. And I promise I will write something more beautiful for myself to remember it by. But let's bring this in. For now, we'll bring this here. And in fact, yeah, bring that there. Okay, cool. Thank you for being here, Patty. It's good to see you. Hey, Kanta, good to see you. Intention is to stay in now, moving forward from now into a brand new now. It sounds like this Dragon's Gate portal thing is very much aligned with that. So, protection from modern Medusa. I'm confused. I don't know what you mean by that. I'm sorry. If it's the red tiger eye, it's protection from anything that would kind of have you bullied. He needs the anti-Karen stone. Anti-Karen stone. There's definitely a bunch of chat I haven't seen yet, so help me. Help me, help you. Help each other. This is the anti-Karen stone. It is aquamarine. This helps all the fluids in the body. It also helps with forgiveness and deflecting a lot of really low vibe, immature, petty type behavior, including Karening, which is just control run amok and taking out frustrations on others whose responsibility it is not. So, Western, okay, gotcha. If you're looking for protection from that, I mean, you could use really any protective stone. You can use red tiger eye. I mean, if it's like showing up in your day-to-day as more tiger eye. I mean, red tiger eye. I don't know. I mean, there's definitely aspects of modern med that I'm not a fan of, but there's aspects of traditional meds I'm also not a fan of. And there's good things in both. So I don't really know what what stone would help with what aspect. It's almost like how it's showing up for you and how you'd want to be protected from it. If you're worried about like toxins in the environment that's caused by it, I would definitely say shungite's a good example of that. If you feel like it's infringing on you, I would say maybe red tiger eye is a good protector of that. I hope that helps. But let me know if it's something more specific. And I'm hearing lots of drag racing outside. So let's do intention of heart healing and ease. Gotcha. So let's bring in that aquamarine. And I'm going to get to everyone's request. I'm just going to keep back and forth in a little bit. We've got leopard skin. Definitely want to bring in more of what Chris had asked for. Sapphire, apatite, ruby. Okay. Let's see. Sapphire is a very high vibrational stone of connecting in channeling and also connecting with our spirit guides as well as our angels. It can be very high vibrational, enough to kind of unbalance us a little. So if you don't have a good grounding practice when working with this, like to do channeling or mediumship, definitely work with that. But this is also a great stone of speedy justice, protecting the thyroid. It's thought helpful in cases of dementia, and it's wonderful for anything around the eyes or the ears. But definitely in envisioning positive outcomes and positive future, it sounds like this helps a lot of us tonight with that. So I'll bring this in, and thank you to Chris for requesting it. Ruby is a really powerful stone of courage to be ourselves, and that might actually go with Paul's request too, depending on how it's showing up. But yeah, Ruby helps with courage to be ourselves. It also helps with management as well as leadership, all kinds of leadership. It helps with fibromyalgia as well, and fertility and love. So we'll bring this through. And it may look a little similar to the way that sapphire is shaped because they are from the same category of stones. They are both corundum. Corundums on the scale of hardness, which is the Mohs scale of hardness, that's M-O-H-S. Diamond, as we know, is the hardest thing, so that's a 10. Corundum is a 9, so sapphire and ruby are very strong stones indeed. It's actually as strong as basalt, and basalt actually forms in much the same shape. So really cool stones. Blue apatite is a stone that helps us to connect with our soul's purpose and learn about it, and also have the courage to embrace it and work through it and follow that. So that'll definitely help a lot of the intentions that were had tonight. It's also helpful for strengthening your aura so that you don't take on energy of other people. If you tend to do that, this is a really helpful stone. Additionally, it helps our relationship with food. Whether you want to gain weight or lose weight, or just shift how you approach food and how you look at it and how you prepare it and how you decide what to eat, this is a stone that's going to support you regardless of where you are on that journey, to help you find a way to relate to food that is healthy for you and where you're at right now, based on all the things that are important to you. So a wonderful stone of blue apatite. Pyrite, how could we overlook that? Pyrite, iolite, malachite. Malachite is another stone that does so many different things that are so helpful. It helps with arthritis and inflammation and the pain that can kind of come with that. On an emotional level, this can help us process really deep emotional hurt, moving it through our heart rather than getting stuck in it and kind of frozen in that painful place, so that we can eventually leave that pain behind and move forward unfettered by all of that experience that we've had. So it's a wonderful stone for moving on and letting go of the past, especially when there's pain attached to it. It's helpful for depression, anxiety, and also phobias and fears, especially the fear of flying. And it's very connected with the Archangel Raphael, who is thought to be the physical healing angel. Do we have room for you here? Oh, we don't, because I put... Okay, so here's our aquamarines. And we'll put malachite there. Iolite helps with our spiritual sight, our clairvoyance. It helps with grounding, especially if you're ungrounded and you're finding it difficult to sleep after you meditate, do Reiki, etc. This can be really helpful. It's also a great stone for weight loss if that is a goal of yours, and it can help with any kind of clairvoyant work like psychopomp work, shamanic journeying, all of that kind of stuff. It also helps with money management. So that's making the best decisions with the money you have. So let's see, where can we place you? Let's do here and here. So that's iolite. Pyrite helps with opening up to intuition while also protecting. And it's wonderful for the lungs as well as fever, and probably most importantly to a lot of you, helps with manifesting money, helps with manifesting financial abundance. And we like to think, because it is fool's gold, pyrite is fool's gold, we like to think of it as calling on the real gold. So we'll bring this in. Anyone that's new to intuitive arts or reading tarot or anything like that, if you're struggling with, I want to be open to here, but I also want to have boundaries, that's a great stone. That's a great stone to work with, is pyrite. Rhodochrosite helps with mother-baby bonding and all of the wounds that come from the mother-child connection as well. It's helpful for connecting with our ancestors as well as even deceased pets. It can be really great for telepathy and journeying in that regard. It's also helpful for heart circulation, asthma, and stress headache. So that's rhodochrosite. Let's see. There we go, rhodochrosite. I think we got all your requests. Yep. And intention, heart healing and ease. And let me know, Paul, if there's anything better I can add. And let's see, intention is to stay in the now, forward moving from now into a brand new now. Definitely, Herkimer diamond helps. It's definitely being in the present moment, but also manifesting and connection to intuition. So that's helpful. Manifesting, and let's see. I feel like picture jasper, orange sunstone are both really helpful. I'm also going to bring in chevron amethyst. Hey, Gertie, you singing to us? So this helps with things like the shamanic journey and visionary work, but also connection to spirit, setting an intention, manifesting, and hearing back from spirit. It helps with spiritual and psychic protection as well as sort of enhancing those connections. It's great for tolerance of others as well as degenerative stuff. Okay, great. I hope that helped. And oh, look, it's a Gertie. Hi. Hi. You singing to us? Are you singing? Are you singing? I'm just coming to check on stuff. That's impolite. Just come up, show your hindsight, and leave. Let's see. And let's see, heart healing and ease. So heart healing, we'll do some rhodonite. This helps to heal the cracks of a broken heart. And it's often thought of as the breakup stone or the divorce stone, but it's so much more than that. This can really help with, in addition to the physical things it does, like autoimmune stuff, asthma, and allergies, it can be really, really helpful also for the lungs, but overcoming loss of love, overcoming emotional abuse. If you're working through your healing journey from that, this can be really, really helpful, in addition to balancing the yin and yang energies within the body. So we'll bring this in. So that's rhodonite. Rhodonite is pink and black. A lot of the more modern specimens that are getting mine now are more black than pink, so they'll look a little different than these. Rhodochrosite, which we talked about earlier, is pink and white. Okay. There we go. And here are those chevron amethysts. And am I hearing wind and rain in West Philly? Or am I hearing all of the neighbors' air conditioners dropping condensation at the same time? I think it's both. Oh, the way things echo in alleyways. Oh, thunderstorm coming upon us now, heading to Philly later, you think. Yeah, I hear it. Okay, that is what I'm hearing. And that explains why Gertie came in and sang to us and then laid down next to me. Thank you. So I hope, and ease. Let's see. Let's bring in green onyx again. This is great for grief and sadness. It definitely helps us in moving forward even when emotionally we're just not there yet. It's great for making decisions in alignment with our highest good, even when we're not in a position to be making decisions. But even if it's emotional shutdown, green onyx is super powerful. So I think that this will help quite a bit too. So let's see where we can fit you. And then I think we're heading on into, the fun of the night, the actual session. I'm going to put in some blue kyanite because that's the other stone that I keep seeing is aligned with the Lionsgate portal. And Chris was kind enough to send us that link, so I want to make sure that I put that in there. So blue kyanite helps us to understand the spiritual guidance that we're getting. And it helps us to accept ourselves exactly as we are. It's like radical self-acceptance. This can also help some neurological issues, especially related to things like stroke. So we'll go ahead and we'll bring this in. So blue kyanite. And if we're going to have a super mega storm, just if for some reason I suddenly go out, that's why. I doubt it'll happen, but just in case. So you all know the next part. You all absolutely know the next part. The next part is where you all help me lift the energy of your spaces, this collective space we've created, and the session we're about to have by heading into the comments, clicking that like button, and sharing everything that we're grateful for, anything at all, anything that you're comfortable sharing in such a public venue. And while you're doing that, I'm going to explain what Reiki is, how it works, and a little of how you can make the best of this session. And then we will get into the Reiki. So thank you all so much for being here and for inspiring this really powerful and beautiful grid. It's so lovely to have you all here, and thank you, Chris, for your support and your help today. Appreciate it very much. So yeah, let's learn about some Reiki. So as I mentioned at the top of the stream, my name is Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and I've been teaching Reiki for almost 15 years now. So if you want to learn Usui Reiki, I have a live online certification course. I have the ability to schedule one-on-one distance healings and tarot readings with me, and you can shop my crystal collection. All of that is at learnreikiphiladelphia.com. You can also check in the description for the link, as well as all the links to my social media and my email newsletter. So what is Reiki? Well, Reiki is a catch-all term for energy work. Or so it has become. Specifically, I work with Usui Reiki. And this particular style of energy work is named after its founder, Mikao Usui, who created this method in the early 1920s in Japan, when teaching anything that could even kind of be construed as religion, super not okay. So he created this particular approach to be very secular and very spiritual. So I think that's a big part of why it resonates with us so much in the West. For the concept of energy at the heart of Usui's practice, we are best to look at Shintoism, which is the indigenous spirituality of Japan, in which everyone and everything has a soul. All of those souls are interconnected and inextricably linked. This allows spirit, however you define it, to provide this beautiful, life-sustaining soul energy, which is actually how Reiki is translated, spiritually guided soul energy. And it's how it's provided to us. And it's thought that our mind, body, and spirit use this energy on an ongoing basis to bring about the greatest balance and healing that we can moment to moment. Whether or not we're consciously aware of it, it flows through us. And today, essentially what I'll be doing is using Usui's methods and techniques to connect to that energy and direct more of it to you, wherever you happen to be and whenever you happen to be here. More on that in a moment. So during the session, you may feel some physical sensations in your body. You may have some emotions come up or be released. And you may have an opportunity to process some things and think them through, or even hear your subconscious. On a spiritual level, you may get sudden clarity or intuition, and you may just have a really relaxing nap. But more than likely, it'll be some perfect combination of all of those that's best for you in this moment right now. To make the most of this session, I generally suggest you just get into a comfortable position. Sitting up, laying down, closing your eyes, leaving them open, whatever works for you. You also don't have to be still. If you want to integrate some yoga stretches or some journaling or, playing some music, whatever feels right to you in this time is absolutely the right thing. There's no wrong way to enjoy this time. I will send that Reiki healing for 25 minutes, during which time I will turn the lights down. You'll notice that they'll move slowly and gently from one color to the next. They will not flash or strobe, just to let you know. And I will turn up the music. If you want to learn more about our musical creator, she's linked in the bottom of the description. You can check out her YouTube and her website anytime and enjoy her other wonderful works. During this session, I will send this Reiki to you. And at the end of the 25-minute session, you'll hear my voice come in. I'll invite you to take a few deep breaths in and out and come back to your body. And then I'll reopen the chat so you can ask any questions or share any experiences you feel moved to share. And then we'll move on from there. If you have questions and it's after I'm live, you can always email me through my website at learnreikiphiladelphia.com, and I'll get it and I'll do my best to get back to you right away. As far as the Reiki connecting to me, to you, regardless of where you are or when you found this video, Reiki energy isn't bound by the same dimensional rules that humans are. We can only be in one place at one time. Reiki energy can be anywhere all the time, and it is everywhere all the time. So whenever you're finding this video, this healing is absolutely well timed for you. All you need to do is just have an open heart and mind, and take a deep breath. And by the way, if you do get distracted at all during your session, you can take a deep breath in and out. There's nothing you need to do to receive this Reiki. You don't have to quiet your mind. You don't have to focus on anything. You can if you want to, but you certainly don't have to. And also, for those of you who are here live, if you ever feel like you need a Reiki session and I'm not live, go ahead over and check out our past healing live streams. There's over 350 videos now for you to go ahead and just pick one by the picture of the grid on the thumbnail. That'll be the perfect one for you that day. And go ahead and enjoy the healing whenever you happen to find it. And I am live 5 times a week, same days, same times. So you can always join me. Go ahead and click the subscribe button and your notifications on so that you don't miss an opportunity to join us. It's wonderful to have you all here, and thank you for sharing this space with me. It's an honor and a privilege to share this healing with all of you. So, and I do hope that you have a beautiful session. So let's go ahead back to the grid and get ready for our session. You can get up and move around during your session, all you might need. Get a glass of water if you need to. Just come right back, take a deep breath. The Reiki will keep on flowing. So thanks for being here. Awesome. Ooh, pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Yeah. Oh, you're so welcome, Chris. Oh, lovely. Lovely. Thank you for all of the good intentions. Okay, so everybody go ahead, get nice and comfortable. I hope the rains pass through if you're in the US, and that you get some nice cooling impact, and that everybody is safe and okay. So enjoy your sessions, and I will come back for you in 25 minutes. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. When you're ready, you can come on back. Thank you so much for being here. What a lovely end to the week. Rain and thunderstorms and singing cats. 2 of them. Yeah? You scared of the thunder? Come right here. Yeah, you want to come up? There's room. There's room for both of yous. Yeah, thunder, lightning, and pouring. I actually got up to like adjust the windows. Yes, absolutely. Oh, I've got 2 cats that want my lap. There's room for you both. Come on up. No, don't leave. Nope. You can both stay. Oh. Oh, now they both left. You 2 little bubaloos. You're too cute. Come right here. I love you too. It's all good. I love you too. It's all good. Yes. Ah, you're all so welcome. Ah. It feels so much better, right? Yeah. They're at loose ends. Oh, you had a little vision. Awesome. You were just driving out in that mess. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, it is. It is something. It is something. It definitely feels better in here now that that rain's come through. Oh. Everyone, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Of course, I will be back Sunday night at 8 p.m. East Coast U.S. time. I hope that you have a wonderful, safe weekend. May we all be deeply blessed according to our individual and aligned needs. That's beautiful, Patty. Well said. Have a beautiful Lionsgate portal. If you have any questions, go ahead and head into the chat with it. You too, Chris. Thank you. So everyone have a beautiful rest of your evening. I'm going to go ahead and bring the stream to a close with an abundance of gratitude for all of you. Thank you for being here. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe, stay cool, and bye for now.